danger here is when they are doing like an A split and long and short, you can actually watch long and short. It's too hard. And with this smoke, you can actually decide you want to fight long or you want to fight short. So this is really interesting. Hello guys, shox here. We're gonna actually today check a match. It was Spirit versus Heroic during the group stage of IEM Chengdu. It was actually a really close battle, and there is a lot of little tricks, details that I want to show you that I think can be really interesting. So we're gonna start about the pistol round. One thing that you need to always have in mind on CS is connection between players is the most important thing. They were doing like a CT pistol aggressive, so they were like above short and above middle and stuff. But the problem is here, Nido and LNZ need to actually go back, right? Alcaren need to go back. If you want to play close mid, you want to have like people short, you know, it's like a connection. But as soon as one or the other is actually falling back, as the players from short is doing, you know, that guy is alone. So there is no more connection. So you actually need to go back. And Alcaren is not going back. And because of this, he's gonna die, you know. So here is an interesting boost, as you can see from Shiro and Chopper just here on top mid, and he's just looking at the smoke. It's basically because when you do that smoke on those two, a lot of AVPs towards mid just gonna try to break it, right, and to get a kill. So Shiro is one, waiting for it, but secondly got a really like powerful positions, because by being boosted by Chopper, actually it means that the cities, even if he blasts, he will never be ready for that boost. So this is a really like nice trick. Now don't get a kill. So they are in a 4v4. So what he's gonna do, Alcaren, is gonna push B tunnel and get that angle. That angle means basically that they won't play B for now, because if they want to play B, for sure there will be T's in tunnel. So by having that position, it allows youngster, as you can see, to make a gamble, because you don't want to play like 2B and 2A on those two. It will be too hard if they go A. So here you're gonna get a kill on ZOWIE, but ZOWIE, they know he's a lurker towards B from Spirit. So this is why he's just gonna stay 3A, and by doing that, it's gonna be actually really powerful. Spirit is not gonna expect like a third city here, as you can see, and it's a free kill for near 18 seconds left, and they just want to run like this. Here is another example where Alcaren, he's 7 HP, so this is definitely like a big risk, but still he have like all the information in the tunnel again. So they're gonna do exactly the same thing as they did to A, and Nido is gonna come close enough, so they are now 3A. Thanks to that information, they're just gonna win the round again in 4v5. Now it's 15 seconds left. Senior don't have the time to plant the bomb or whatever. One principle, having an AVP locking down the B tunnel so they can actually stack 3A. But it's really important on the T side on those two to have a lurker that is always making some pressure on his extremity to avoid this type of situation. So here is a really interesting run. Spirit is doing like a B split, alright, so 3 towards tunnel, 2 middle, and they're having like a double lurk. Is the fact that you're gonna have your first lurk trying to get his timing, alright, but alone, as Chopper is doing, alright, just like this. He's trying to get his timing on lurk. And the second one is a bit far away, so when the first lurk is dead and they see there is no other tears, like it means like, okay, the lurker is dead, so now I can actually like leave mid and go back to B. So it's actually like really powerful. I just don't know why Near is just not moving, and this is a big mistake from him, because he should go like take the second timing after Chopper, because this is like the principle actually of a double lurk. This is an interesting rune from Heroic. They're actually modded here, alright? They want to actually extinguish their own molly to actually go faster, you know, to actually surprise the city, because when there is a molly here, you don't expect the T to like just smoke it, you know. So this is a really nice thing. The problem is they are lacking of synchronization and some flashes. LNZ is trying to run, but Youngster is too far away from LNZ, and now there is like no flashes towards long to counter Shiro AVP. So The idea is really nice. I love the idea about like throwing their own molly and just smoking it and just to surprise the city. I think it can be really powerful, but you have to be more stacked and to have to get better flashes. Here is a little tricks from Chopper. I'm gonna show you. So basically, you know, he is throwing that smoke. It means like because the tears are popping towards long, no one is having the short, alright, Donkey City. So if the tears are rushing towards short, it actually allows him to fight on long without being to be careful about short. And also it allows like the backup from Donk, here for example, to come back from cities and fight for short for example, and being hide from long. Danger here is when they are doing like a split to and long and short, you can actually watch long and short, it's too hard. And with this smoke, you can actually decide you want to fight long or you want to fight short. So this is really interesting. So here is a really powerful angle from Shiro. As you can see, LNZ, he's definitely not gonna be ready for that angle because it's really not a common angle, right? You never see like an AVP here, for example. He's doing it because he got Chopper just behind him. If you want to do like an aggressive move like this with an AWP, make sure you always have someone just behind you in case you have a fight or because they will want to rush at you as soon as you shoot. When you lose long like this on City, you want to do what Spirit is doing. You want to actually take back the middle and you want to clean all that area because they had long, alright? But Youngster is gonna do like a really good lurk because he's not showing himself because that corner is hard to go and to clean, right? Thanks to his position, he can get a first kill on the way, plus he's still gonna continue and for example here he'll get dunk again by behind. So this is a nice lurk for Youngster and also like keep in mind that if the teams are taking long, like you need to get back middle and to clean everything. And remember, clean here can be dangerous. So here I wanted to show you Youngster is as soon as Donk is gonna die, he's just rushing, crossing the smoke. And just like that, B is actually fully open. When the second guy of B is dead, as a Lurker being alone, he's just pushing. Either he killed him because he surprised him, because he got a timing, because then the B anchor need to take care of outside B. That's the first thing. The second thing is even if he dies, then he has the information where the city is. His teammates can actually get a good cross replacement of the guy who is still on. Alright, I'm here with LNZ from Eric. Guys, I'm gonna actually show him some runs that I selected to have his input. So first, that match was actually like really close and I felt like you guys played it like really well, honestly. It's always tough to play against Spirit, you know, I mean, especially against Donk. Do you have like any like tactic when you play against him or nothing special?
I think obviously like you don't want to give him too much like duels, but I think at least we're not at that like point with mind games versus them where I think it's fairly similar.
All right, yeah. So basically what I wanted to ask you there is here you are like on the mid setup. Why? Then Youngster is coming back and Nilo is gonna come back as well like in 2 seconds, just like this. And so you're gonna end up like bringing the round because like they're not expecting you guys swing there. So what happened there?
I think this round is a little bit of a mistake from us. We're not fighting for long, and we're not really having like a good setup on short, and we don't have mid, but we do have tunnels. It is pretty hard to win. Either you have to do a gamble in these type of situations, or you have to play like of the info you have, which is not that Alcaran knows it's most likely not going to be B, so then we just have to like lean towards A a bit.
All right, perfect. I thought that it was a really like interesting thing, so I'm just curious to listen to you about the thing. Like that explode. Like does it get like a meaning? Like is it something like you do on purpose?
Yeah, I think this is a strat that a lot of teams have right now. It wasn't perfectly executed. It is like something that you can catch people off guard with, because when you use that Molotov that Explode is throwing, you usually have to like drop from short if you're playing on this normal up angle. Or if you're playing a bit further back holding short, you also have to like fall back, and the point then is that you try to catch them like dropping, or if also nobody is like here, you're kind of taking this fast timing towards sights. Yeah, it wasn't like we planned it to, but at least the point is that we can get up like really fast and explosive and also like unexpected with the nades.
All right, perfect. I thought like honestly that idea was really nice and I really loved it. All right, well, wish you anything but the best and thank you again for your time.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Alright guys, that's it for Spirit and Heroic on Dust 2. There will be like more analysis to come, so stay tuned for sure. Let me know in the comments what did you think about that analysis, what did you think about that match. Thank you.